joining me here in the studio is Betty Webb. She's the only surviving codebreaker to have worked on both Nazi and Japanese codes at Bletchley Park during the Second World War. She's with us now. You've got a new book out.
Yes, I have. Yes, it's called No More Secrets. So, unlike my actual task was to keep everything under my hat for 60 years. And, of course, none of us did ever say anything about our work, not even to the office next door. It was very, very strict. It all had to be kept under wraps, whatever we heard.
Was this you at the time?
That's right, yes. That photograph was taken in Washington, D.C., because I was posted out there. They were taken in England, but the one in Washington is when I had to wear the Canadian summer uniform, because Washington, as you probably know, is extremely hot and sticky.
It can be, but it's also very cold sometimes as
Yes.
well, isn't it? So what can you tell me about your job now?
Oh, well, simply that we were all sworn to secrecy, and having signed the Official Secrets Act, of course, there was no way that I could even talk to my parents about where I was and what I was doing. And that was not as hard as you might imagine, actually, because there was no option. I knew that I had to keep everything to myself, everything I heard and saw and read. So I did that, as everybody else did who was there.
Tell me about your medals.
Ah, yes. I have an MBE, which is fairly recent. It was for remembering and promoting the work of Bletchley Park, which I still do. Then I have the Legion d'Honneur and the Defence Medal and the General Service Medal. And the round one is the Bletchley Park Commemorative Badge. It's not a medal, but it is a commemorative badge.
OK. So when you were at Bletchley Park, did you realise at the time that it was your work that could save us?
Oh, absolutely not. Because partly because I was very junior, but partly because the conditions of secrecy were such that people didn't talk about it. I mean, we never mentioned it when we were in the canteen or anything like that. Absolutely verboten.
And in later life, as you become more and more experienced, I see that you were on the front page of National Geographic.
Yes, that was great fun, especially as the people who interviewed me used to live very near where I lived in Washington. So a nice introduction to a conversation.
Yeah. Do you know why they chose you to?
Well, not really, except that I think I can say now, showing off in a way, that I'm rather good at paraphrasing. So I handled the translated Japanese messages and put the message into other wording, which we hoped would not be recognised should they have fallen into Japanese hands.
Does that mean you're very good at crosswords?
Not very good. Depends.
Do you still feel that you have those skills that you had back then?
Oh, yes, I can still do that quite happily, yes.
OK. And when we go to, because Bletchley Park is still very much a place that is known in our psyche.
Oh, absolutely, yes, yes. And even more so lately because of the big programmes which were held
By the Prime Minister?
That's right, yes. Mm.
And just take me back before I let you go, but thank you for coming in. Take me back to Bletchley Park in those days. What sort of building was it?
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Lovely private house, which we still use today. Visitors may go in there now.
But was it hushed? People didn't speak very much?
Oh, no, only social things.
OK. It's great to see you, Betty. Thank you for coming in.
Well,
and thank you for telling me more about your
Thank you.
book,
Well,
No More Secrets.
That's right. Well, we'd like you to have that.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Betty. I really appreciate that. That's my weekend reading sorted out.
Good. Would you like me to write it?
I would like you to write on it. We'll sort that out for you in just a second.
Yes.
I'll get Buster, the floor manager, to sort that out. Thank you for coming in.
Not at all.
I really
Great fun.
appreciate it. Thank you. Bear with me 1 second, Betty, and we'll make sure that we can get you out safely with all the cameras and the equipment and everything in your way.